Thank you for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Here I'm going to speak a little bit more on the importance of controlling your emotions, because in the other video it was very noisy. But let me just say this. As I said before, if one does not control their emotions and direct and manage their thoughts, their feelings, your thoughts and your feelings equal emotions, energy emotions, okay? So your thoughts are things that come to you via things that you've heard before, or things that or stuff that's in the ether that you are vibrating at some capacity within that frequency and that band somewhere. So there you attract other type of thoughts, thoughts that are playing within, that you're just replaying over and over and over. So there's all types of thoughts, and we'll go into that in another video. But what I wanted to say, one's inability to manage their thoughts, one's inability to manage their emotions, or to see what the emotions are imparting, what your emotions are telling you. With your emotions, your emotions are telling you who you are being in the moment, and how you are reacting or responding to various thoughts that are coming in. So your emotions will let you know whatever energy field you manage to attract. I would say stumble into, but really it's attract. It's magnetic. And so all of these things, if you don't have any mastery over that, any control over that, and you're just going through life, and whichever way the wind blows is what happens with your emotions, like I said before in the other video, you're at the mercy of the other. The one that has control over their emotions and over their thoughts and their mind, and everything is intentional and deliberate, those people control the minds of those who don't do that. The ones that are deliberately taking control of themselves, of their mind, of their hearts, of their emotions, then cannot be controlled by someone else. Meaning, either by default or on purpose, you have relinquished your power. You have given over, you have allowed someone else to come into your house and take over. Think about that. When you do not intentionally guide and direct your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your perceptions, your beliefs, all of that, you have given over. You have forfeited your rights to your own body, to your own being, to your own mind, to your own destiny, to your own life. Let me say that again. The man or woman that has control over their minds and their hearts, and that is intentionally directing their mind and heart, they're not distracted by all of the noise around them. They decide. Those people are not controlled by external conditions. So you'll see those, and we're talking about this so that you see it. You peek the game. Those you see moving about, who is I really want to stay away from this word, but I think this way makes it really, people get it, because we know what it is to be part of the flock. Okay? We know what it is. So someone can say the righteous flock or the not so righteous flock. However you want to use flock. But those that are part of the flock, that are regurgitating a script that has been written for them by those who have control over their mind and their emotions, are oblivious that someone else is pulling the strings, that someone else has them hopping and jumping. Because the person that has control of their faculties, their mental faculties, their heart space. Now, let me just put this in perspective. You have people that do the right thing because it is their nature to do the right thing. They do the right thing because it's automatic. It's who they are. It's who they choose to be. It's how they are. They do the right thing. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to think to do the right thing. Then you have others that have to think to do the right thing. Some even have to sleep on it. Some even have to sleep on it and make a decision, get up in the morning and come up with a decision whether or not they're going to do the right thing. But there's others that have to make that split decision. But then there's others that sit around whole boardroom meetings. I mentioned this in a video way back. They meet. I talked to you about mastermind. They get their little mastermind group together. And they come together and come up with plans how not to do the right thing, but have you believing is the right thing. They come up with ideas and plans on how to take your rights and your freedom, take your rights and your freedom from you. How to mess with your emotions in a way, and I speak about emotions, how to pull on your heartstrings to where they got you, mind, body, and soul. Have you going around repeating the narrative that they've written for you, that they actually sat around whole boardroom meetings and created for us. But when you take control of your emotions and your thoughts and deliberately and intentionally decide what you will give energy to, they can't do that. It won't work with you. It just won't work. Okay? So the reason I speak so much about emotion and the power of emotion and all of these things is because I'm talking about your reality. Now, I can speak about this and one can choose to take it or leave it or believe it. Take it, leave it, or believe it. It's your prerogative. Whether or not you believe the one that has more control over themselves, their minds and their hearts, are the ones that can choose to take over the mind of others, which is choosing to do, and let's not talk about right or wrong, because everything is in divine order. Everything is always working out for our good, even when it doesn't feel so good. It's working out for us. I always talk about there's a dream, there's a dreamer, and then there's someone in the dream. Take your pick. There's a dreamer and there's someone in the dream. Okay? Something is happening. Someone is creating. Someone is having the experience. Someone is having this within their mind. Someone has created this reality. Someone has free will to manifest. Someone has dominion over all things. Someone has the power. And the someone that knows this is the someone who is making the decisions for all the others who don't know. And even go further, don't know and don't care. Leave me alone. Let me just do this thing as life. I don't want to know that much. Let me just sleepwalk through it. Whatever it is, let me have a good time. Let me enjoy my entertainment. Let me get caught up with that. Let me look at things that make me feel good. Leave me the hell alone and let me live it this way. Because this feels good for me. And that can be good. You know why? That can be good. Because when you have folks that can't see any of that craziness, and they stay their vibe on high, they're not going to experience any of that other stuff that other folks who are aware of what's going on and their vibe, they're aware and their vibe is low. If they're going to be unaware, having a good time, enjoying life, whatever it is, and being grateful for that, that other stuff, they're not going to realize. It's like someone living way out in the hills somewhere, way far off. They're not watching any social media. They don't have any TV. They don't have any radio. They don't have any of these things. They don't have a phone. They're way up in the mountains. Or down in the valley, wherever they are, they don't know anything about this stuff. And probably just having the easiest life. Now, let me say this. Doesn't matter where you are, life will have its way with you. So I don't mean easy in that way. What I mean is it's not filled with the kind of drama and chaos and other stuff that we've created. That we've created to evolve through, to live through, to get to a point where we can see it for what it is. Now, I know I'm all over the place, but it all ties in. Your emotions is like the engine, is the fuel, is the power behind any thought, any perception, any desire, any word, any intention. The emotion is what is basically the frequency that forms the vibration, that forms matter. The emotion is what moves things. It's what moves things. when your whole body is feeling in a certain state of joy, and you feel a certain way, and that thing, that's when you call on stuff. Or that's when you move stuff. Not when you're pissed off and angry and not that. Not that. But when you're lifted and you're feeling that oneness with all that is and within, when you feel that oneness, that emotion, and there's a joyful spirit, a spirit of gratitude, a spirit of appreciation, a spirit of thanksgiving, of divine eternal love. That also is emotional intelligence, or what one can call, when you're in the zone, when you're in that frequency band, when you're one with that all-knowing, when you're riding with that, that's emotional intelligence. And that's the stuff people can't buy. And they're doing all kinds of research to figure out why we have it, and it's not natural and normal for them. But that is what moves mountains. But like I said in the other video, we've managed to separate, and for as long as it's distractions, I know I'm repeating this because I've said it many times, as long as we have this external stuff, this external music playing, we cannot hear the music and the rhythm of our own heart. Remember, you create your reality.